In this video, you're going to learn how to complete a unit in MathAS. So let's take a look at the calendar. So right now I'm in instructor mode, so all of my assignments are green. So remember from the last video, yours will look gray. So when they're gray, it means they're not available yet. You have to do a prerequisite assignment. Okay, except for the calculator ones you can always access, and these are paper exam reviews. You can always access those as well. Okay, so you're ready to get started. Okay, and your first media lesson is due on Friday the 25th. Okay, so there's a couple of ways you can access it. It depends on which you prefer. You can either go to the Unit 1 folder, okay, and then you'll see media lesson videos, online homework, unit test. Okay, and again, if you're a student, they'll be blocked out until this actually isn't opening until you complete the orientation assignment, but you'll only be able to see the ones that you have the prerequisite for. Okay, and here it will also tell you what you need to do to complete that prerequisite. So let's go back to instructor mode. Okay, so you can access them from here or directly from the calendar. Click on the date, and I'm going to click Unit 1 Media Lesson Videos. Okay. Now there's directions on the top. You want to print those media lesson packets that are in course materials. I have the first one ready right here. Okay, so there's the first page with some general information, and then here's the first questions of your media lesson. So you should read through this. Here's some examples, some important information, and then when you see a problem with a little computer and it says media example, that means there's a video. So notice you can't see the whole problem yet, but this is problem 1. So basically in the video I'm going to go through this problem here, okay, and show you how to do everything step by step. Okay, so let's go back to the video. A few things about the videos. Okay, you can mute me, which I'm going to do. You probably want to listen, but some people prefer, if you click CC, you can also read through it or listen. So it's kind of like you're in a class where you can't ask the teacher any questions as she's going, so that's unfortunate. You can mute me, which you can't do in class, and you can also rewind and fast forward through these videos. If you click this button right here, it makes the screen big. Okay, and if you want to make the screen small now, you're going to hit the escape button. On my computer, it's the most upper left hand button. Okay, so now you're going to go through all of these videos, okay, and as you go, fill in this packet. Now after every set of media examples, there's a similar problem for you to try called a U-Try problem, okay, and the answers are provided for you in the course materials folder, so you can practice what you just learned immediately and see if you got the answer right, and if you didn't, then you're going to learn right away. So this is set up intentionally for you to really enhance your learning. So you should do the U-Tries right away, and then you'll have another video. And you basically go through that whole process for the entire media lesson. Now in the MathAS portion, after you complete a video, you need to click this button, I have completed this section, and hit submit. Okay. Now once you hit submit, you'll see that this says 1 out of 1, 1 out of 1 in the gradebook, and notice over here there's a green check mark. So that means you've completed this question, and it helps you keep track of the videos you're working on. You move to the next one, okay, watch it, write everything down, and click submit. Okay. So when I say completing a media lesson assignment, okay, in MathAS, it says that you've completed this assignment after you've gone through all these buttons, clicked, and submit. Okay, so this piece right here is really just for you to keep track of where you are. Okay, now you don't need to turn anything in. I used to have students scan these and send me them in emails, and it was really tedious for them and they didn't like it. Okay, but you should definitely watch all of these videos thoroughly. And there's going to be some questions, especially at the beginning, where you may say, oh, this is so easy, I don't need to watch this. Okay. So here's an example. Glenn has $3. He earns $4 mowing his neighbor's lawn. How many dollars does Glenn have now? I am very convinced that most of you know how to add 3 and 4 and think, I don't need to watch this, okay? But there are actually some really big ideas in here that I'm using simple problems to explain more complex ideas before we use larger numbers, okay? So go through them. Watch them. You can watch them again. Some of them maybe you can watch more quickly than others, okay? But this is kind of like your main class portion of learning. Okay, so after you've gone through all of these have green check marks. You'll have 24 out of 24, and then your homework assignment will open. So this will appear green or yellow for you. So yellow means it's due somewhat soon. Red means it's due really soon, kind of like danger, okay? And then when it turns gray, it means it's either past the due date or not available yet. So that's how this color system works. And again, the color doesn't change when you complete it. It's still there on your calendar. Okay, so let's look at the homework assignment. Okay, so you have to get 100% by clicking all of those buttons on the media lesson before the homework assignment will open. Then you go to the homework assignment, okay, and here, this one is 29 questions. Okay. There are problems directly related to the media lesson packet. Okay, and you need to complete this assignment. Notice it's out of 200 points with at least 190 points. Okay, I really recommend you get 200 points, and here's why. This one's a little bit longer. Let's go to a shorter one. Okay, so here's an example problem. Notice I can skip around by just clicking on the question number. Okay, so this says round 398 to the nearest 10. So I'm going to get some of these wrong and some of these right because I want to show you something. Oh, yeah, G is definitely not a good answer. And 9. Okay, I hit submit. Notice I got 1 right and 3 wrong, and it tells me which one I got right, and in red, the ones I got wrong. Now, notice now it says this is attempt 2 of 3. I click submit again. Now it says this is your 3rd attempt. So after my 3rd attempt, here it has this, I don't know, pea soup green check mark, meaning I have partial credit. It tells me how many points I have. But it also gives me all of the answers, and then you click on try another similar question. Now you can redo the whole problem. So I just typed in all of the answers to save you the trouble. And now you have full credit. So you can redo this as many times as you need to. So that's why I expect you and require that you get at least 190 points or 95%. Okay. Notice a few other features. Every problem has either a video or a worked example. Okay. This is directly from your media lesson packet. So you already saw a video relating to this, but if you've forgotten something or you just want to see something again, it will show you how to work on the problem. Another feature, every question has message instructor about this question. So if you have a homework question, always use the button on the homework question. Okay, select me as a recipient because it'll show me exactly the problem you're working at and give me a link to that problem. So if you say, oh, I'm having trouble on, number 9, okay, then I have to go to your grade book and do all this stuff. This way I get the exact problem you're working on and I can reference it because it's right here. Okay, it's nice if you put some information here. I need help on the 3rd one, or why is this wrong? Okay, but you don't necessarily have to. I'll look at your work and I can go directly see what your work is, see which ones you got wrong, etc. Then you send it. Okay, notice I just got a message. And then I can see the exact problem you're working on. Okay. So let's go. Oh, here it is. So you're going to go through, okay, if you're having trouble, okay, there are videos to help you. Okay, if you get it wrong 3 times, you can keep trying. Click try another similar question. Gives you new numbers. It gives you new numbers, but you can redo the whole problem from the start and get full credit. Okay, so and then if you need help and you still don't understand, send me a message right away. Okay, So you'll see your grades accumulating here and how many points you have. Even if it's 189, your next assignment won't open. It has to be at least 190. So after you've done that, the next part of your unit is the test. Okay. Now I'm going to click on the test. Notice it says this has a time limit. You have a 30-minute time limit. Okay. When the time runs out, you don't get kicked out of the assignment. If you just have, another problem or two to work on, keep going. Okay. I will clear the overtime later. But it has a time limit because it is a testing situation. I don't want you to spend all day on it or go back and forth and look up old homework questions. You can use your notes. You should have them ready from your media lesson packet and from doing your homework. But there is a time limit. Now, here's the first problem. This may look familiar. There's only 10 questions and I make the questions shorter. Okay. On the test, you only have 2 attempts, not 3, and there's no try another similar problem. So you get exactly 2 chances. Okay. Here we got nothing right. Let's just get 1 right. I'll show you what that looks like. On the second attempt, I got 1 right and I get partial credit. Okay, so you go through all 10 problems. If you score less than 70 out of 100, the next assignment will not open and you need to contact me so we can do some review material. You'll need to retake the test. Okay, if you ever want to retake a test, you're welcome to do so. Just contact me and you can retake it. Okay. Notice it has your time remaining up here. Okay, but again, if it runs out, just keep working until you're done. Okay. And that's how you complete a unit. So once you complete this test, then this media lesson will open and you repeat and do the same idea. Okay. Now let's talk about the exams. So our first 3 weeks, we have our first 3 units, and that's what your first exam is on. Now on Saturday, there's 2 ways. I'm giving you a whole week, almost 2 weeks to review for this exam. And there's 2 ways you're going to do that. The first one is the paper review. And I'm going to click on that, and they're available now. Please read through all of this information. I'm showing you how to prepare for a test that will help you succeed. Okay. So this is a paper review. I have videos for all of them. I have an answer key. Okay. Here there's nothing for you to turn in, but you need to do this to prepare for the exam. Okay. After you do that, your second review assignment is a Math AS assignment. Notice it's a little bit longer. It's 30 questions. This is from all 3 units. And you need to get, I think 90% or 95% on this as well. I should say somewhere. Okay. Yeah, I think it's 90%. Okay. Everything on your in-person exam, okay, this is the date, okay, is going to be painfully similar to these 2 reviews. If you do these 2 reviews and you understand the material, you are going to do great on the exam. Okay, so that's how you're going to prepare for it. So again, this is an in-person exam. You can click on this link to see what you need to do to take the exam. Okay, and then once you complete it, you start on the next unit. You do 4, 5 through 6, then there's an exam. So I'm just making the calendar bigger. Okay. Then you do 7 and 8, you take an exam. Then you do 9, 10, and 11, you take your last exam, and again, there's no final. Okay, so that's the gist of how you work through the course, and again, everything here is ready for you. I even have the exams ready. You can't see them until you finish the material, and either I set it up for you. Well, you can't see it until you're about to take it. I don't give it to you early. But I have everything ready. So if you want to, complete the first 3 units right now, you can. If you want to complete the whole course in 3 weeks, go for it. Everything's ready. But these are the deadlines that you need to meet so we can stay on track. And if you need a little bit of an extension, remember the late passes are there, and you can touch base with me if something big comes up where you need more time. So I have given you a whole ton of information. You're going to have questions along the way, and again, that's what I'm here for. All of this material you can reference later.